Willow, get up. The Wicked for Good trailer has dropped. Last night at 2 a.m. UK time, yep, they dropped the trailer for Wicked for Good. We have been waiting for this trailer for months now. Some of us lost hope. I lost hope. They really kept us going, because last year, the trailer came out like around the time of the Super Bowl, which is like, correct me if I'm wrong, Americans, I'm sorry, I'm British, but like February. So we've had to wait an extraordinarily long time for this trailer, but it's here. We have it. It's tangible. It's within our grasp. And I'm ready to watch it for the first time. I haven't seen it yet. You're getting my authentic reaction. I would also give you Willow's reaction, my dog, but she's sleeping. She's comfy. So let's react to the Wicked for Good trailer. But if you haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Ellie. I talk about theatre. I am the most chaotic theatre person on the internet. I do reviews, I do discussions, I do versus brackets, game shows, and if any of that sounds interesting to you, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps the channel. But let's dive in to Wicked for Good. I'm actually really excited. I was quite hesitant about the first film, and now I'm like fully in it. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. I was not a theatre kid who was really into Wicked before this, but now Wicked Renaissance. Although that just sounds like they're doing a collab with Beyonce, which I'd be up for. Okay, I suppose I should give some like predictions before we start. The first Wicked trailer actually showed quite a consistent narrative of like the whole film. Like it gave you little points of every single thing leading through the entire journey of the film to when she meets the wizard. It even did the "you have no real power," if I remember correctly. So like the twist of the end of the first film was in the first trailer. So I'm expecting this to be similar, but not to the same extent. I do think we're going to see some clips from For Good, but I don't think we're going to have like a true like narrative of the whole of Act 2. Because obviously, if you were unaware, Act 1, Wicked, Act 2, Wicked for Good. That's how they split it. That's the films. Why am I explaining this? If you're watching this, you probably already know. Songs that they might use, if I'm predicting, I think they're going to do two. I think it's probably going to be No Good Deed and For Good. I mean, obviously it's going to be For Good. I think in the last trailer we saw them use Popular and Defying Gravity. So if the trend is continuing, that's what we're going to get. I'm hoping for some shots of some of our side characters as well. I'm hoping for a little bit of Nessa Rose in there, like true Wicked Witch of the East. I'm hoping for a little bit of Bok. You know, if they really want to treat us, I want some clips of Jonathan Bailey and Cynthia Erivo doing As Long As You're Mine. Like, I had to think about the title of that song for a second. How clear is it that I know Act 1 of Wicked better than I know Act 2? But that's the other thing. I think this film is going to be the one that strays a bit more from the source material. And if it does, I'm kind of thankful for it. Because I'm a big old fan of Act 1 and less of a fan of Act 2. I think Act 2 kind of gets bogged down, but with the extra time that this film has to breathe and go through a lot of those plot beats that Wicked kind of has to go through very quickly on stage, I actually think it's going to be more beneficial in the end term. I think Act 1, it didn't really need loads and loads of extra time. We didn't really see it massively use the extra time, whereas Act 2 does, and I think this is the film that's going to benefit from the split film system more. But that's more of a prediction about the whole film and not the trailer, so oh well. I've delayed long enough. I will be cutting a lot of the footage of the trailer out of this recording. Copyright, I have to work around it. I'm so sorry. Blame YouTube. Okay, let's go. Okay, cracked glass, first of all. That's been a bit of a through line through Wicked. I promise you this will not be like a stop-start reaction. I will watch the trailer, don't worry. We saw her smash the glass with like the coin in the first film. Obviously, Defying Gravity, when she does her big war cry, all the glass shatters around the building. Smash glass, Elphaba, seems to be a bit of a through line, and that's how this trailer starts. So obviously, very purposeful. This is purposeful directing by John M. Chu. Okay. First of all, can we speak about how great the Emerald City looks here? gorgeous. The balcony looks great. The actual like buildings and everything surrounding it look great. This looks stunning. And obviously the costumes as well. We've got the wedding dress. We did see this in a little teaser before, and now we've got it properly. We're getting a better look at it. Oh my god. Ariana Grande looks so good here. Ariana Grande, you look stunning, Diva. And of course we've got a very blurry Cynthia Erivo. I'm sure we're going to see her in much more detail in a little bit. We have a lovely throwback to the Universal Pictures logo here, the Wicked themed version of it. I don't think that was in the last trailer. I think the last trailer had the normal Universal logo, so clearly they liked this when they put it in the film. Okay, no good deed.
Between us, the wizard and I.
The Wicked Witch can't elude us forever. Not with Prince Fiero and his...
They did this for the gays, let's be real.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Okay, Yellow Brick Road. Yeah, Yellow Brick Road is being built. Suggested and alluded to being built in the last film, and now here it is.
They're coming for you.
So that looks like March of the Witch Hunters, I assume so. That line is probably from the ending when they meet again. Obviously, towards the end, just before For Good, they reunite together. Also, I said in my last reaction I really wanted to see Glinda in the blue dress. And this film said, you know what? We're going to give it to you. We've heard you. We've listened. Here you go. Here's the blue dress. And oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so good. Look at the patterns and the styling, the puff and the tulle down there. Oh, love these little shouldery puffs. Oh, beautiful.
I've heard it said.
Okay, there you go. So far I've been writing my predictions with songs. For Good and No Good Deed. Looks like now we're going back into the Wizard's Tower. You will recognize this set from the first film towards the end. This is the tower they escape in during Defying Gravity.
That people come into our lives for a reason.
Now, this is really interesting, actually, because this is one of the first images that we saw released from Wicked. All the way back with, like, the first two images they released. This was one of them. Glinda walking up the stairs in the pink ball gown. Oh, no. Oh, the throwback. Oh, no. Oh, no, this one's going to make me cry.
Because I knew you.
Now, this also confirms something interesting here, because a lot of people realize that we didn't see, like, the poppy fields sequence. A lot of people assume that this would be part of the first film. Obviously, they've got their looks from the first film here, but it looks like we're actually getting this sequence. A lot of people thought it was the deleted scene or something. No, it's just coming up in part 2.
Think of what we could do together.
Oh, no, I can't do this. I'm too invested. I'm too invested. Okay, Dorothy. Obviously, no ruby slippers because copyright, as I'm learning with trying to film this video. And apparently the wizard said gay rights. The wizard said, I know what you two are. I assume this is wonderful. I assume, from the way that they're all dancing together, I assume this is wonderful. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be wrong on this. Is Glinda in Wonderful in the stage show? I didn't remember her being there. So maybe it's not, or maybe that's a change that they've made. I wouldn't be mad. I love a change. Gives me more to talk about when I eventually make a video about all the changes. But come on, they're not being subtle here. Come on, you're not being subtle at all. The Alphabet and Glinda shippers are like sweating right now. They're screaming. You're gonna sit here and tell me these guys are not sapphic? Come on. They're literally doing the Anne Juliet Skyride together. Come on. This is not subtle. Now, interesting, that's another shot from part 1, if I remember correctly. That is from the opening, or like a very similar shot to the opening. He's so cute. He's so cute. Now, obviously, they're being very subtle, I'm very careful not to show the faces of the characters. Obviously, we can see the lion, but that is because of some spoilers. If you know the musical Wicked, I won't dive too much into that now, but there's a very clear purpose and a very clear reason of why we're not seeing these faces. But it does also mean that we still don't know who's playing Dorothy. Will we find out? I mean, probably. But in the stage show of Wicked, we don't actually see Dorothy. So I could see them possibly not ever showing Dorothy's face. We know for a fact that we will eventually see some of these other characters, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay. No, I'm calm. I'm very relaxed. I'm okay. I feel like I need to go away and watch that one more time without starting. Just take it all in, and then I'll come back. I'll make a couple of notes, and we'll speak through it. We'll speak about more things I haven't touched on. We'll speak about it. We'll speak on it. Okay, so I've looked over the trailer a couple more times. I think this is a really solid trailer. I think it's really good. What's also very good to note is that this trailer is a bit more like scattered moments. The last one felt like it had a more complete narrative, kind of going through all of the events of that film, whereas this one feels like it's a bit more teasing certain moments. It teases things here, it teases things there, it teases things everywhere. Obviously, we do get moments throughout the whole film. There's some interesting things it leaves out, or, well, there's two interesting characters it leaves out. And of course, there's some things that we've now seen that we didn't see before. So, I'm going to just go through the trailer and speak roughly in chronological order about what's there and what's not. Well, let's start, actually, with what's not here. Unless I'm blind, this is yet another trailer of Wicked where we see nothing of Bok and also nothing of Nessa Rose. Now, we know that the role of these two characters in the second film isn't massive, and some of the stuff does get into spoiler territory, so it does make sense that we don't see much of those characters, but the fact that I'm pretty sure scanning through this like a couple of times, I didn't see anything of them, unless they're like hidden away in the background like Bok was in like one of the first trailers, then I think, yet again, we're seeing, like, nothing. We do have a first look at these two characters in the second film from a teaser they put up on their social media to tease the trailer coming out, which is why I assumed we'd at least get, like, one shot of them in this trailer. Because they do look cool and their costumes look great, but there's nothing for Bok and Nessa Rose. Another character we only get a very small glance of is Morrible. We see her doing her weather magic here, and what's very interesting, if you look through the window, what's that? A tornado. Could it be that the tornado that brings Dorothy to Oz is made up by our weather magician over here? Who's to say? Would we be getting into spoilers? I don't know. But can I just say, she looks stunning. She looks gorgeous. Michelle, never change. Gorgeous. The main crux of the trailer focuses on a couple of different character dynamics. There's the relationship between Elphaba and Glinda, the relationship between Glinda and Fiyero, the relationship between Glinda and Fiyero, and then obviously the conflicts that are being created between Elphaba and the wizard. And come on, that makes sense. This is kind of what we were expecting out of this trailer. Those certain groups, those main focuses of Act 2 of Wicked being brought out and being pushed to the spotlight. From looking over this trailer and from my knowledge of Wicked's second act, I haven't rewatched Wicked in a very long time, so there may be certain things I'm missing. There's not loads and loads that seems massively changed. Obviously, without direct confirmations of, like, certain scenes and what they are, we can't exactly say for certain what's exactly changed. But there's some certain moments in here that I'm like, is that a certain song? But I didn't think that character was in that song, and that's what's getting me. I think the main bit is that bit where we look at what I assume is Wonderful, because I don't see many other moments during this film where they would be able to, like, sing and dance with the wizard, apart from something like Wonderful. But if I'm remembering correctly, I don't remember Glinda being in that song in the stage show. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may just be forgetting a very important detail of Wicked here. Maybe I'm being silly and being a fake Wicked fan. But we also get a great look at this space that Elphaba is taking up. This kind of like tree house space. I mean, it looks gorgeous. I love the details in here. I love like the mossy feel. I love like the patches of like newspaper articles on the wall. All of this looks stunning. We see Elphaba and her campaign trying to fight through the wizard's propaganda. I mean, this is really cool, and this is really cool ideas that I don't think the stage show would ever really be able to, like, truly do. And that's like the depth and the scale that you can play with a film with creative ideas. It looked great. Speaking of looking great, love Elphaba's new look. She looks amazing. We get some proper like full looks of it in the poster and some other teasers they've done. We also have a sleeveless version. Like you see it for a split second, like here. Like it looks like she's got no sleeves there, and that's more of like a dress than like, I think she's wearing like trousers in a lot of it. So I think that's a different dress. Costume changes for Elphaba in the second film confirmed? Question mark. We see they're working a lot with the animals here. There's like moments where we see the flying monkeys against her, and sometimes where maybe the flying monkeys are working with her. There's moments in here where she's setting the animals free. Loads of animal rampage. But I think a main takeaway from this trailer is just the focus on that friendship. And to a point where, I don't know, but the sapphic undertones are sapphicking. I know at the end of the day, this film will not confirm anything romantic between these two, but that doesn't mean they can't tease us with it. I think on the whole, I'm very pleased with this trailer. It's a fun look into this film. I think it gives a great overview. I like this one more than the first one because I feel like this gives a little bit less away, which I feel was less important for the first one, but more important here. Especially because there's a lot of twists and turns that they need to keep secret. You can very clearly see, especially if you know the second act of Wicked, what they're not showing. I also think that might be a reason why they've just decided not to show anything of Nessa Rose and Bok at the moment. What we also don't get is anything about the 2 new songs. We're getting 2 new songs, one for Elphaba, one for Glinda. I don't think we're at a point where we know massively what those songs are going to be about and where they're placed within the film, but we do know that they are solo songs for both of those characters, which could be very cool to see. But I always feel like new songs in musicals, especially a musical as well known as Wicked, can sometimes have a hard time to really stand their ground. So I'm hoping that whatever these songs are like, they can hold their own against the material in Wicked Part 2 that a lot of people are already familiar with. I was correct in my prediction of the songs that they would use. We get a taste of No Good Deed. We get a lot more of For Good as well, and the vocals sound incredible. I'm really excited. And I feel like now we are like full on. We're full into Wicked season. We're going to see all that marketing ramp up. I think they wanted to keep us waiting for it, making us hungry. And if I am anything, I'm hungry right now. I need lunch. And just before we wrap up, let's take a look at the Vanity Fair article that came out. This gave us a bunch of first look images. This came out quite a few hours before the trailer. I think this came out around like 5 p.m. here in the UK. But here we are. Let's go. So first of all, we have this photo right here of Elphaba and Glinda in Elphaba's little suite. You recognize this from the start of the trailer. This is the area where the glass kind of shatters and Glinda walks outside. We can assume that this will be their first meeting in the film. It seems to be coming towards the start. We're getting the wedding of Glinda. And we're getting a proper and better look at these outfits. But I've spoken a little bit about the wedding dress. It looks beautiful, but I love the new alphabet design. This looks great. This is like full Wicked Witch of the West. The broom looks amazing. I love the rugged edges at the tip there. I love what they've done with Cynthia Erivo's hair. It feels a lot more free here than it did in the first film, which kind of shows a nice transformation for her and a growing in confidence. I love the details on it. Paul Tazewell's work on this costume design is incredible. Just look at the details on here and all of these rugged patterns and everything. This is a really defined image, like a really clear snapshot of this Elphaba. It looks great. It stands out. It is amazing on film, and it also feels unique. It's different to what we've had before, but with clear influences from the stage, from The Wizard of Oz, from all of these different mediums. I think this is fantastic. I'm going to be raving about this costume for ages. Just, Cynthia Erivo looks absolutely stunning in it, and it looks stunning on her. We got some more behind-the-scenes photos here. This seems to be, if I'm guessing correctly, Elphaba's kind of tower thing. That's a really elegant way to I'm not rephrasing it. No, that's how it's going to go into the final video. The Elphaba's tower thing. We've got another look at Glinda's more bubble dress here, the kind of blue purpley one. This is one of my favorite Glinda looks. I've got to say it. It's one of my favorite. And we're getting another look at one of the more sleeveless, or short sleeve, I guess, Elphaba dresses. What's interesting to note, but the little shouldery things, the little puffs, are not here. And I love the detail here on all of these bricks and panels and everything. The aesthetic and the production design behind this film is utterly incredible. We got another look here at Glinda putting on her crown. This is pink dress, which seems to be the one that she runs up the staircase in. It seems to be the one that we see at the start of the first part of Wicked. So we can assume that this is maybe even towards the end of the film when we go back to the start again. Probably post For Good, probably post their final meeting together. Like, there's a lot that we can assume from this, but just because of the tiny sliver of outfit that we see down there. And finally, we've got this. This was a shot in the trailer as well. Elphaba flying away. She's zooming. She's flying. She's going. All of the monkeys chasing her. Now, the thing is, we don't quite know where this place is yet. This could actually be after she set the monkeys free, but we'll have to wait and see. I think now that we've seen part one and we've seen what John M. Chu envisions for this project and how he's tackling Wicked and the idea behind splitting it in two, I feel so confident with this. I am very hopeful. Obviously, there's some little nitpicks here and there that I'm like, And I think some of the new material is still questionable and we still don't know anything really about it except for who is singing it, so there's still a lot of questions in the air to be answered, but I'm sure we're going to get some teasers and some hints very soon. For now, I think this is a great way to start the marketing campaign. What I've realized since filming my reaction to the trailer and now is that we are actually in a very similar time to when they did release the first, like, full proper trailer. Like, it was around May 2025 that we had, like, the big trailer, the trailer that I referred to a lot in the rest of this video as well. Like, the trailer that I'm thinking of did actually come out around this time, so we are on quite a similar time frame. I think we're going to see a lot more of Wicked for Good going forward now, and I'm going to be right here. So back to past me to go back and finish this video. But what do you think of this trailer? Are there any details that I've missed in my overview that you want to tell me about? And is there anything I got wrong you need to shout at me about? Let me know all your thoughts and tell me why you're excited for Wicked for Good in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps out the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen right now and a link to my Instagram if you'd like to drop me a follow over there. I also have other social links and a merch store in the description down below. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.